All right, this is Captain Jack here, and yeah, there's not a lot of positives that I can bring out for the game today. I mean, honestly, um, if you are watching on Facebook, thank you for being there on Facebook, but come over to YouTube. And the reason why I say that is because I'm going to be giving the Facebookers a hang on. Let me get my callers up. Okay, I'll be giving ample time for folks to call in, but let's give it a little bit here as well. We'll be taking calls, but Robert Bigler comes in with the big smash, $9.99. That'll get you two more. And I will be talking about that as we go. Let me get my sticky notepads out here. Because every time you give a donation of $5 or more, where the hell are my sticky pads? There they are. Every time you give a donation of $5 and more, you are eligible for a prize. And again, I will be telling you a little bit more about it. And again, it's for the live chat. So Robert Bigler, my buddy, and again, I got an incoming call, but I think it's to my phone, but I can't call. So again, Bigler with $9.99 here. Hang on here. Got to do some things ready to go. No calls. Okay. There we go. Again, I don't know whether you had a chance to look in. And by the way, thanks again. Yeah, Philly sports fan. Yeah, there's another person. Again, for all those that don't know, anytime that you give a tip, which goes right to me eventually, I got to check with YouTube on that as to what's going on. We are live here on YouTube. Why are my people dropping out? We will be talking about the folks today. But again, thank you for being here. My phone line is up, but oh my goodness, I got to take this call though. Hang on. Hey Ken, what's going on, partner? Uh-huh. Yeah, no. Yeah, I'll be ready. I'll be ready at 9, but obviously we'll go on as soon as we get everybody there. Oh no, no. I
Adjustments now. Where the fuck are the adjustments? Are there any adjustments at all? I mean, you're down 16-3 at half. You figure you're going to come out and be able to, move the ball at least, and it's just nothing, man. I don't get it. I just don't understand it.
Yeah. Hey Ken, I have to tell you, I had to put you on speaker because it was a call. I'm doing my show right immediately afterwards, but I put you on speaker eventually just to see what was going on. But yeah, I agree. There's no adjustments. There's nothing positive about this game, and we will definitely talk about it tonight. This is my early show, and then for those folks that know, again. We will be going on with the. Make sure you go to Fan Media Network with Ken Thompson, a Violator, myself, and Raider Homer. Will be on tonight. We will be doing a show. My second show tonight will be approximately 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, so be sure you're ready for that. Ken, any final words before I go to my audience?
Final words that I may be able to get in there without being beat to death, but I'm telling you, Captain Jack, I'm you know me, man. I'm a guy that I could rattle off words by the thousands, man. I'm very, very rarely at a loss for words. But what I watched today just leaves me speechless, really. I mean, it's absolutely disgraceful. No matter what, I mean, I understand you're losing, but 43-6 to a team that's got 3 wins on the year. And just nobody's showing any heart. I really didn't see it, man. I mean, I know there's a couple guys that probably played, when the game was on the line early and showed a little more emotion. But second half, it's basically like tossing it in. And if you think you're going to fly all the way back now to Vegas and then go back to Jersey and take on a Jets team, and you think you're just going to walk all over this team because they're 0-11, Captain Jack, we know we got our ass kicked by 30-plus there last year, same venue. If they lose that game, you could kiss the season goodbye, because right now they're behind Baltimore and they're behind Indianapolis as far as tiebreakers. So they're not even in the postseason, and it's a shame. Hopefully they get their act together, they straighten up and fly right, and take it out on the Jets, pummel the Jets, get back, and try and close out with some games down the stretch.
Well, I agree, Ken, and again, we will definitely be talking about it today on the Fan Network. It'll be good. Good to hear from everybody there, and hopefully I didn't lose, because it looks like I was getting some. I guess it was maybe some disturbances in the force, shall we say? Hopefully we get some of my viewer count back. It looks like I had a bunch of screens up. But again, thank you for calling in, Ken. And remember, folks, go over to Fan Media Network, where it'll be myself, Raider Homer, Violator, and this person on the line here, the wonderful Ken Thompson of SportsX Radio and KDON out in Vegas. And we'll be doing the Fan Media Network after show for the Raiders tonight. Thanks again for calling in, Ken.
Captain Jack, you're the best, buddy. Keep it classy. You always do, buddy. God bless. Talk to you soon.
All right, thanks again, Ken. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy.
Okay, that was Ken Thompson, and again, I seem to be having some problems with taking your calls again with Google Voice being pushed over, or Google Hangouts being pushed off the air. And going over to Google Voice, I have both of them up, so hopefully you guys and gals that want to call will give me a call over there on Google Voice, and hopefully we'll get it. Again, if for all the folks that are there that want to call in, we'll put the number up again, and there we go. So it is working. Rob, you're in on the line. Good to hear from you, Rob. How you doing there, partner?
I'm good, Captain. How are you?
Not very good right now.
Yeah, I was watching your guys' game from home. I mean, turnovers kill you. You can't have 5 turnovers and expect to win a game.
Oh yeah, and that's just the least of our worries there. In the fact that it was bad turnovers, but also, and hopefully people are able to hear you, because I can hear you real well. I hear the baby in the back. Say hi to the baby for me.
Yeah, he's rocking his Mahomes jersey today. So.
But no, it was a people are calling it a shite show, and that's being kind. Right now, I'm watching as I get some people in here, and again, thank you. I want to thank you personally. For remember, this is Kansas City Rob, who's already has 3 entries into Matt Boucher. You gotta wait. My goodness, Matt, you gotta wait, Matt, until people are done and people get their 5 minutes. Rob already has 3 entries into my Raiders stuff, so again, he's already beaten everybody that's out there. So there you go.
But I wanted to tell you guys, like, honestly, tough loss. You know, like I said, I'm a fan of football, and just because I'm a Chiefs fan doesn't mean I want to say screw the Raiders. I mean, no, do I want you guys to win against us and stuff like that? Of course not. But do I want to see you guys get blown out by the Falcons? No.
No.
Because obviously you're a better team than the Falcons. You guys just looked flat today. That's all. You guys didn't. It just looked like you came out flat.
Oh,
you
yeah.
never really recovered from it.
Actually, we would have to have improved. I don't know why it's frozen, but please come on over to YouTube. Let me see if it's still broadcasting on Facebook. Hopefully you are. If it is, make sure you're coming in on YouTube. YouTube is going well. No problems over on YouTube. And there we go. So again, make sure you are here. And I'm trying to get calls, so hopefully we'll get some more people back. Yeah, it comes in and out. It comes in and out. Apologies there. But we had Ken Thompson of KDON on, and we're going to go to Crazy Cooter now. Cooter, how you doing, brother? What's going on with you? Crazy Cooter from Viking Land. What's going on with you, Cooter?
Well, we're still in the playoffs. We won today.
Yeah, well, I mean, you were winning, and then you were not. So, again, and Kansas City, by the way, just scored a touchdown, so they're up, going to be up 10-0 in a minute. So tell me about your game, Cooter.
I'll fill you in. They went down with 40 seconds left. Sly tried to kick a field goal. It was wide right, and 1 second left. We won by 1 point.
Okay. So again, a better game. Trust me, a better game than what I had to witness today.
I didn't get a chance to watch you guys' game. I'm sure you guys are playing the same time we were.
Yeah. You didn't miss anything. It was a straight out ass whooping.
Oh no, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I hate the Dirty Birds.
Oh, well, they're not my favorites either. And again, how can you lose to a team that is without their best wide receiver and their best running back, and just get pounded?
Well, just like us last week, we didn't get pounded, but how could we lose to the cow pukes last week?
Yeah, that was kind of laughable. I'm sorry to say.
I was just disgusted too last week. I'm like, are you stinking cereal? You know, the cow pukes?
Right.
They ran all over us when it comes to, rushing and stuff like that. We couldn't stop them at all, and our defense at least showed up today.
Right.
But I kind of figured that against Teddy Two Gloves. So, but it was a good game. I mean, I hate to see that you guys just got slapped in the face today. That really sucks.
Well, and again, it's one of those things where, the Raiders didn't show up, and
Right.
if you don't show up, there's no way you can win.
Oh yeah, we've been there already this year. Hey, I got a question for you.
Sure.
Are you gonna be in Tampa Bay when the VWO invades Tampa Bay?
When is that? This year?
Yeah, this year on the 12th, the 13th, the weekend of the 13th, December.
I should be. The problem is that you, Cooter, or is that me? Oh wait, no, it's got to be me.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here in my truck. There's no noise in here.
I'm not sure what that extra noise is. I'm going to try to figure it out.
Yeah, I've got the volume down all the way from your broadcast, and everything. So I'm sitting here on a landline.
Oh, I know what it was. It was the damn CBS thing that I had on, which I hate for stats.
Oh.
Yeah, and of course it shows videos when you don't want it to. But there it is. And I'll hopefully keep it. I hope
you're gonna be. I hope you're gonna be there because I'm gonna take a road trip down there.
Oh yeah, well I will be here. Whether I will be able to be at the game or not remains to be seen. But maybe we can definitely meet up for sure.
Well, we'll talk because we're gonna be having tons of parties.
Oh yeah.
And the VWO and the Bucks and everything else. We're gonna have things going on every night. I guess it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for sure.
Oh yeah. Well, again, it definitely will be a good time to get out there. Hey, Cooter, I'm gonna let you go because I'm gonna put the next call over to Jared.
We sign up for you. This is crazy. Cooter come back. Maybe crazy, but it's stupid. Keep back. Try down. Try up. Wheels spinning the beers again.
All right. Thanks again there, Cooter. We'll see you when you're down here.
Yeah.
All right. That was Crazy Cooter. Apparently, and I'm looking at my broadcast. I'm still, I guess my broadcast is off on Facebook. So again, if you were watching on Facebook, I hope you're here on YouTube. So that's all I got to say about that. There you go. Hopefully you got Jared. Yeah, Jared is calling back in. Jared, I got you this time. What's going on, partner?
Not much. How was your Thanksgiving?
Well, Thanksgiving was okay. Had a really awesome fried turkey meal.
Nice.
And the ham was a COVID casualty because it had been in the freezer for way too long.
Yeah.
We were supposed to have it at Easter, but of course with COVID we didn't have our Easter meal, and then unfortunately we found out that the freezer killed the ham when you tasted it, but that's okay. Such is life. We had plenty of other good things to eat, and that's not the fault of the cooks. That's just the fault of not thinking it through on making sure that the ham was in good working order, and it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, let's just say, Howard, things were good here too, Howard. And again, I was talking to Eddie Winslow just a few minutes ago. I heard that 2 more Ravens tested positive for COVID, so now we're at 20 right now. 20 going into Tuesday night.
Okay.
So, Mark Andrews was one of them, and I think one of the offensive line. But I'm sorry, just cancel the game.
Yeah, cancel the game. And again, the Broncos are playing without a quarterback. Why is that? I don't even. In fact, I'm gonna look because I'm gonna go back and forth to the game. I got the Chiefs game on, and I'm gonna go look to see. I want to see who the hell is playing quarterback for the Broncos because
Kendall Hinton.
Kendall Hinton, a rookie. Okay.
22 years old, 6 foot 195. So far, however, he's only got 5 yards so far.
Okay, but was he on their practice squad?
I think he was. Yeah, I think he was on their practice squad. And from what I read to Drew Lock, I said today, I am sorry for the slip. Yeah, you're sorry for the slip when you, Brett Rippon, and Blake Bortles were all not wearing masks yesterday, however, and you were in contact with Jeff Driscoll earlier in the week, who was sent home, and then you guys went home last night.
That's just stupid. That's just stupid.
And then you got the Saints who are fined $500K and lost a draft pick with no mask. Then, of course, we heard apparently the Patriots were fined $350K, however, but they're little $300,000 or $350,000, however, if you will. But we heard, of course, yesterday, we knew Matt Patricia got fired, of course, yesterday in Detroit, and right now the word on the street is, and I haven't been able to confirm it yet, though, obviously, however, is that they're talking about maybe going after possibly Jim Harbaugh. The question is, would you go after Jim Harbaugh right now and let him stay in Michigan, or would you let him go elsewhere? I don't really know. And then the Jets, I've talked about this guy so many times in the last several weeks. I'm sorry. After what I heard today with Darnold, what he did today against Miami, I'm sorry. It's time for the Jets right now to just pull the rug underneath Gase and say, after today's shit show in Miami, you're fired. You're not coming to coach the last 5 weeks. You're done. At 0-11, you might as well just pull the rug out right now.
No, I would agree. I actually picked the Jets to win that game because I figured that they would have something that they would be able to play for. But again, now they got the Raiders coming into New York next week, and the Raiders coming off this horrific loss. And like I said, last year the Raiders went to Jersey and gotten pummeled. Same things. Week 11, they go to the East Coast and they get pummeled by a team that they shouldn't even be in the same league with, and just the Jets just kicked their butt last year, and again this year it's a matter of the fact that the Raiders go to Atlanta and against a far inferior team just get demolished.
Reamed. Yeah. Well, speaking of the Jets, there's talk Pat Fitzgerald might be coaching that team. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but The thing is this, though. We're looking ahead to the college football in the next couple weeks. We saw what happened with Bama winning and Clemson, of course, obviously destroying Pittsburgh. So that was just a nightmare in itself. I mean, Ohio State obviously not playing yesterday, and the question is, will they play against Michigan State this coming week? That remains to be seen. Right now, if Ohio State cannot play again next week, and with A&M winning last night, supposedly against LSU, who takes that number 4 spot now? Do you put A&M in that spot? Do you put Georgia in that spot? Or do you put Florida in that spot? Where do you go with the first 4 now?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be a little bit biased. I'm going to say Florida, but that's that's me. But again, if A&M wins out, A&M beat Florida, so you put them in that spot. But then again, they're not in the SEC championship game, which is why I think that Florida would be an advisable person to be in there. And, again, I am biased. I understand that. But, if Florida wins out except for playing Alabama, and I think Florida has the offense to beat Alabama. They just don't have the defense to stop them. So it's just a matter of... And I say this as well, Florida's offense looked like crap yesterday against Kentucky. So it's a matter of, which team is going to show up. I hope that the Florida's offense and defense can play competitively for a bit.
Well, I like Trask. Trask is good, though, but I'll say the one guy who is not getting a lot of love, obviously, is this one kid, and he may be from a small school in Buffalo, but that running back Patterson or whatever his name is, the kid the last 2 weeks, my goodness. I mean, he had 400 yards against Kent State yesterday. He had 350 the week before against Bowling Green. I mean, that's scary. That's real scary.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Now,
but
I was going to say, I would venture to say, I don't understand why they're not postponing the Steelers game. I can't understand it. For
the last 3 or 4 days, I've been saying the same thing. It befuddles me. And Goodell, I mean, if they don't make it official tonight, then they're going to wait till tomorrow sometime or Tuesday morning and make it official. Goodell, get off your high horse and basically rubbing and tugging at Brady's, no pun intended, balls and everyone else in the league, and just say, this game is not going to happen. Let the Steelers go back to work tomorrow, Howard. Don't worry about Tuesday night's game. Get ready for Washington and get ready for Buffalo in 2 weeks. Play it later in the year. Just say, you know what? This game's going to be not countable this year.
Yeah. And again, they've already said that if there are games that are canceled, then that just opens up the playoffs to an extra playoff contender. Cancel it don't postpone it, just cancel it.
Yeah. Well, you had you had 11 games this week in college football canceled. I'm looking ahead already for next week already. I have not heard yet so far. Well, there's one game that's already postponed. That's Miami and Wake Forest. But the week starts off kind of funny on Tuesday morning when you have Wake Forest and Charlotte being played at 10:30 in the morning.
Right.
So, but yeah, you have one game canceled already, but the last 2 or 3 weeks of college football, you've had at least between 10 and 15 games canceled. Why can't they just say, okay, we're not going to get through this season at this point, Howard? I mean, you look at the Pac-12, you look at the Big 12 and the Big 10. I mean, some of these teams are going to be lucky to have 4 or 5 games this year, and at this point, I don't see it happening. I really don't. I don't think they're going to get through the next few weeks, because bowl season starts off obviously on the 19th, hour. But now this is what's so weird about it. Instead of having the games, however, on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, you're going to wait till January 2nd to have the Fiesta in the Orange Bowl. Then you come right back 9 days later and say, okay, we're playing the championship game in Miami, which I don't get.
Right. Yeah. And again, if in case you were wondering, Tyreek Hill just has another touchdown. So it's still the first quarter. So the Chiefs are up 17-0. And again, I get no satisfaction out of the Chiefs winning this game. Well, hello, Valerie. Love my Valerie, by the way. Thank you for being here. What I do get satisfaction out of is watching the Bucs lose.
Yes. So
again, this is a game where, would it have been nice for the Buccaneers to beat the Chiefs? Sure. But honestly, I get more satisfaction with watching Tampa Bay lose this game, if they would in fact lose this game. And right now they're down 17 points and they haven't even gotten out of the first quarter yet.
Right, and if the Saints end up winning in Denver, however, and the Bucks loses, there's a 3-game cushion in your head going into next week with less than a month to go.
Exactly. And so it basically says, for all you Succaneer fans that were saying that it's going to be a hometown Super Bowl, you're smoking something. Or you're smoking something,
You're getting something off of Mr. Antonio Brown, however, apparently, who has not done pretty much jack squat since he got there.
Right. That's for sure.
That's a good thing, because we're very happy about that, Howard, here. But, so I don't know. I mean, I would just make the call right now. It's 5 o'clock right now on a Sunday afternoon, early evening. Instead of waiting until tonight and tomorrow morning, just make the call tonight during the game or sometime during the Bears-Pack game night. Just say, no game Tuesday.
Yeah.
No game.
Yeah, I agree. Hey,
It's
Jared,
not hard.
I'm gonna let you go, brother, but thanks for calling in. Always good hearing from you.
You too. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. That was our Pittsburgh report from Jared. I'm going into the comment line. And, I feel for people like China, who was at the game and had to witness it live. I feel for them. Hey, Rob, I'll let you come back real quick, but I normally don't take 2 calls from the same people. Again, I saw that they have another touchdown.
So they are guarding, and I don't know why they didn't take off your game plan. Real quick, they're guarding Tyreek Hill one-on-one. He has 7 catches for 203 and 2 touchdowns in the first quarter.
Yeah. Like I said, I take no pleasure out of the fact that if the Chiefs, I knew that the Chiefs would probably win. I take pleasure out of watching the Buccaneers lose. So hopefully that will.
I know you do.
Yeah. So that'll be something positive for this as well. And hey, thanks again, Rob. Appreciate you calling back, brother.
Are you having a show later on tonight on YouTube or?
Yeah, I'll do another show tonight. So if you're not in here now, call back later on as well.
All right, sounds good.
All right, take care, partner.
See you.
All right, that's Kansas City Rob. Again, normally I don't allow people to call back, but nobody else is calling. I'm watching. Okay, we got another call. Thank goodness. Who was this? There we go. Hey, Jimmy Farrell. Good to hear from you, brother. What's going on? How you doing?
What's going on? How you doing?
Well, again, not a good day for the Raiders, and that's being kind.
Right.
What can you say about the absolute? And I think that you said it. I think you were quoted as saying absolute shit show. If I remember correctly, absolute shit show.
How do we go from how great we were last week to this?
I know.
And I'm telling you, I said at the beginning of the season, the one game that makes me nervous is next week's game. Because if we lose that, we're going backwards again like last year. We cannot lose next week's game. We can't.
We can't. We can't lose next week's game.
And that game makes me nervous because of what happened last year. And it would have been nice to win last week's game. Okay, we lose today. Okay, we're 7-4. But now we're 6-5. It's not good. That's not good.
Yeah.
And then Goon says he's going to stay on the East Coast to play the Jets. That worries me.
Yeah.
Really. Why is it when this team goes to the East Coast, they're a different team? Why? It's time to go to the East Coast. They get blown out.
Well, again, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you other than the fact, like I said, that people were saying that they would have. I can't remember what I just said that they sucked. I said no, they would have to improve the suck. They got boat raced. They were outcoached, outplayed, out everything in everything that they were doing. And it's just a matter of the Raiders not having anything for anybody. And by the way, I have to at least give out the announcement again. For those that give the super chat and the super stickers, $5 and above, or actually it's $4.99 and above, you get an entry into a prize giveaway that I'm going to be doing. Not today. I'm taking entries, and when I get enough cumulatives on the entries, I'll be giving out a Raider prize. The other thing is that oh my God, where was I going with this? Again, we will be doing that again. The Raider prizes will be given at a later time, but you have to use super chat and super stickers to do that. $4.99 and up gets you one entry, and Kansas City Rob already has 3 entries. Kansas City Rob has 3 entries. Raider Nation, you can only do this when I'm live because you can't get entries when I'm not live. So make sure you put the word out. I understand about the time zone thing, but you know what? The Raiders in 2016 had a lot of games in the East Coast time zone. They played the Buccaneers, they played the Jaguars in back-to-back weeks, and they won both games.
But they're a different team when they come out here. It's like they're going back to
No. That was East Coast there, Jimmy. It was in 2016. They went to Jacksonville and beat the Jaguars. And the next week they went to Tampa and beat Tampa. Both East Coast teams, both at a 1 o'clock time zone, and they beat them. I don't know why. They beat the Panthers this year on the East Coast. And that was the first game of the year.
That was the beginning of the season. That was the beginning. I mean, we're growing towards the end of the season. And that was it. Carr has 7 fumbles. 7. Not 2, not 3. 7.
Yeah, I know.
That's unexplainable. 7? I'm sorry, but the way this game is today, when it comes to quarterbacks, you need a really fast, mobile quarterback. And Carr is not that. He gets happy feet. And like that pick he threw it away, and the guy was gone into the end zone. You know? I mean, I like Carr still, but I'm telling you, I said to a buddy of mine, you know, in the back of Gruden's mind, when draft day comes, he's going to be looking for that quarterback. I'm telling you right now. I don't think he's going to be around next year, Carr.
No,
I really don't.
See. I think that Carr will be around next year because listen to me. He's going to need a quarterback that knows the system. I think Gruden will draft a quarterback, but I think that Carr is going to be that quarterback next year. But the Raiders.
Well, he's got a short leash next year if that's the case.
Well, okay, I can agree with, but Gruden is going to draft the quarterback that he wants in this offseason. I'm telling you that.
Is Josh Jacobs okay? I left before the fourth quarter. Is he all right?
Josh Jacobs had a bad hip going into the week, and then it looked like he had a turned ankle. So we'll have to check out the injury report to see if Jacobs is hurting. The problem with Jacobs hurting is the fact that they have Booker and they have nobody else because Richard is also injured. So the Raiders are probably going to have to find a running back from the scrap heap real quick.
And Arnett is out, correct?
I'm sorry?
Arnett, he's out too next week?
Arnett was out for concussion protocol. Whether he's out next week remains to be seen.
I'm telling you, this season's starting to look like last year.
Yeah.
Now it's 6-5. You know, we could be 6-6 next week.
Right.
You know, we're up 500.
Right. And people were telling me, said, well, we're going to the playoffs. We're going to the playoffs. I said, not until we are in the playoffs. I won't say it. And this is exactly why. Don't sugarcoat shit. The Raiders don't have a fucking playoff berth because they don't. And I'm not getting mad at you, Jimmy. It's just all these people that are just having all these conniptions.
Yeah.
They're not in the playoffs. In fact, they're out of the playoffs right now. They're let me see, 7, 8. They're the 9. They're the 9 or the 10 seed right now. Okay.
Right.
They're the 9 or the
And
10 seed right now. And in order for them to improve, they have to beat the Jets. They got to beat Indianapolis, and they got to beat Miami. And that's not happening the way they're playing right now.
No. And then you got Cleveland, who's doing very well right now.
Yeah.
I'm sure Matt Duchene is, laughing at us right now.
Well,
But,
Matt called in, but I was in the middle of a call, and he knows that I give everybody at least 5 minutes, and you're on. Actually, you're about ready to be bounced in a minute, as far as time. But that's just the way it is. I give everybody 5 minutes to talk, and I'm not pissed off at that. It's just that the way it is the fact is that the Cleveland. But they haven't really played anybody. But you know what? They still have the people that they played. They beaten.
They gave them this game. They beat themselves. I mean, the first drive, you're going 4th down. I mean, why are you going 4th down already? It's the beginning of the game. Just put it away. Come on. And once that started, I was like, all hell broke loose after that. They were never the same. On the 4th down, and Jacobs ran, and I thought Jacobs was going to get the first, just by looking at where the first down mark was. I thought he was going to get first. Then I don't know. He skidded, he slipped or something. Instead of going outside, he cut in, and that's where he got stopped. So after that, that was it. That was pretty much the game right there.
Well, here's the other thing,
and I agree with the field goal. The guy rolling into the kicker. I mean, you got blocked into the guy.
No, I disagree about that. And here's 2 things I disagree with profusely.
No, I agree with you that he should have been a flag.
Right.
I mean, what do you want the guy to do?
Right.
I mean, the guy was
he was blocked into the kicker, and they should have been off. They should have been off the field. And instead of being off the field, they end up getting a touchdown. I don't agree with that. And by the way, I also don't agree with the Raiders scored 6 points today. And honestly, they shouldn't have scored one of their first 3 because Josh Jacobs dropped the fucking ball. It was overturned. It was overturned by the officials, but it shouldn't have been. It should have been a fumble.
They were all dropping balls, except for Hunter Renfrow was the only one playing today. I mean, how many dropped balls do you need in this game today? It was absurd, And then not only that, the holding. There was no holding calls. One guy got his arm wrapped around him, and nobody called that. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hey. And then and this Trent Green. I mean, I can't stand when he played. I think they purposely put him on there when the Raiders are playing. I think they purposely put him on there. He rags on the Raiders, never says anything positive about our team. It's always negative. I know he hates the Raiders, or he was a Chief. Him and Dan Fouts, 2 guys who do that.
Okay. Hey, Jimmy, I'm going to let you go, brother. You're running up on 11. I'm going to let it go to the next person.
Okay.
Hey, thanks.
All right,
Thanks for calling in. Hey, I hope you're feeling good.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
I am.
All right. Take care.
All
That
right,
was Jimmy Farrell up in New York. We got, and we're all pissed. We're all pissed. I mean, I'm sure you figured it out by now. We're all pissed. Let's get another call in here. Line is open, 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. We have Pergorin, or Per, I should say, from over in Scandinavia, over in Sweden. Good to hear from you as well there. And remember, anybody that is watching, if you use Super Chat or super stickers, that's that $sign on the bottom, you are entered into a drawing. It's got to be $4.99 and up. For every $4.99 and up you give. Yeah, sure, you can swear in Swedish on YouTube. Sure, Per. Yeah. You can do that. You can write. You can comment. You're good. But here's the playoff picture right now. I'm looking at CBS. There it is. The wild cards right now: Cleveland, Miami, and Indianapolis. And again, we have to beat Indianapolis, which I don't think we will. We have to beat Miami, which I don't think we will. So the Raiders are out of the playoffs as of right now, just by the way that they've been playing. We are 6-5, and they can be just as easily be 6-6 next week. So we will be doing, if you want to talk to it. I'll show that. Robert Bigler with another $4.99. Guys, Robert Bigler has got another entry. He's got 4 entries so far, 3 today. Thank you there, Robert Bigler. So again, if you use Super Chat or Super Stickers, you get an entry into a Raider prize drawing. You get an entry, and Robert Bigler has 4 entries in a Raider prize drawing. I don't know what to tell you other than he's making y'all look bad, but it's the truth. I feel bad again for China, who had to witness that game. I had tickets to the game. I was going to the game. I was not able to go to the game because of the issues with work and COVID and staying home. And I'm sorry, folks. Hey, Robert, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate your support. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I wanted to be there. I'm actually kind of glad that I was not there, though. I mean, to watch that, you got to be kidding me. To watch that crap live? No way. Let's go. Mahomes fumbled the ball. Buccaneers have got the ball. So Mahomes and the Chiefs fumbled the ball around the 15-yard line. The Buccaneers recover. I can't see who that is, but so the I can't see who stripped it, but so the Chiefs were going in for another score, and so they're not going to get another score. So again, they're up 17-0 now? Yeah, I know. But the line is open. If you want to talk, call in. 813-699-0834, 813-699-0834. Valerie says we're going to regroup. Thank you, Valerie. I love you. And let's see who's here on the chat line. And I allowed the curse words by pair. It was really great to see pairs curse words. Vicky Orr stuck her head in the sand. Johnny Jimenez, thanks for being here, at least before. Kaylee McLaughlin was here. Marcus Guzman was. Brian Grievno. Now, I think, am I saying that wrong? Brian Grievno? Jerry R. Refs were in on. No, Jerry, the refs. I think the refs were they weren't the reason why we lost. They weren't the reason why we lost. The refs had, but the Raiders played like crap. Dave Frederick was here, my buddy. Again, Mike Arline, straight trash. The Bud Bowl games was better than this. Thank you. Ed Winchell, thanks for being here. Mike Arline is here. Jimmy Farrell, who called in earlier. Vicky's still in disgust. Again, Robert Bigler. Jared called in. Who else we got here? Valerie, my love. Love Valerie. Raider at China, the game was effing embarrassing. And she watched it live. Mike Gutzler, thank you for being here. And I'm glad you didn't go either. I'm glad I didn't go. Who else? So Doc Cabral, the Patriots fan, was in here. Eric Amelung from Ohio. You were in here earlier. We retracted that. So thanks for being here. Again, Per is swearing, but he's swearing in Swedish. Who else we got here? Oh, Becky Gutzler. Becky Gutzler with a $5 chop. There you go. So Becky with her bid today. Thank you, Becky. Let's see what I got here. Mike Garline, now I asked you this last time. Thank you, Becky, saying I rock. I appreciate that. Nomad Patricia, okay. But I want to hear from Mike. Where's Winston Moss? You say that you want Winston Moss here. Where is he now? Where are they now? That's what I want to know. Where are they now? I'm making a quick look on YouTube. I want to see something real quick. Nope. Okay. Just wanted to check. Again, we are here, and again, thank you, Becky, for that. Before I go to bed, long, wish all a happy first of Advent. Be safe, take care. Thank you there, Per. I appreciate that. Everyone did play like crap. And thank you there, Ed Winchell. I saw your message. Slithering is correct. Line is open, 13 watching. Let's get it up. Let's get it up to 20. This is my early broadcast. If you want to talk, do it now. I want to hear from you. I want to hear from Mike Arline. I want to hear from Valerie. I want to hear from Vicky if she's still in here. Becky, you can call in as well. You say, Mike, I want to hear you say Winston Moss. Where's Winston Moss right now? Where is Winston Moss? Okay, because I'll do a quick Google search. Let's see what it says. Winston Moss. Okay, right now. Okay, he was fired by the Packers following treat about. Okay, that's old though, right? Where it doesn't see where he's at now. I don't see where he's at. Okay, so this is old. It says Packers coach Mike McCarthy. I don't know where he's at. Head coach and general manager of the Los Angeles Wildcats. Okay, so that was with the XFL. So it looks like he hasn't had a coaching position since the XFL. Okay. So that was over a year ago. Where is he? Where is he? That's what I want to know. If you want him as the defensive coordinator, great. But hey, Scotland's in the house. Yeah, it was brutal. Thank you for being here there, Damage. I appreciate you here again. And again, we had Per from Switzerland in. Now we got Scotland in the house. Out of a job. There you go. Now Moss did show some positives during previous stints as a DC, or at least like as an assistant DC. Yeah, they better win next week. But I want to hear, like you said, it's 5:30, and I've been talking for a little bit just myself. Give me a call, please. How likely is it to get Patricia? I don't know, Valerie. It depends upon It depends upon if he doesn't find another job beforehand. And this is the other and, do we want Matt Patricia as our defensive coordinator? Do we want Matt Patricia as our defense coordinator? He's a Belichick guy, but has he really been a disciple of Belichick for defense? Was it Belichick? I think a lot of it was. I don't think we want him. To be honest, if I had the choice between Winston Moss and Matt Patricia, I'll take Winston Moss. And Brady throws a nice pass to Gronkowski, who is down at the 35 of Kansas City. Yeah, anyone is better than Gunther. I will give that. If you want to call in, please do. Please do. I want to hear your calls. 813-699-0834. If nobody calls, the show will be short. And we haven't been on. We've been on for about an hour. Does Rex Ryan want to coach the Raiders? Because Rex Ryan is making too much money on TV, and would he work well with Gruden? I think Patricia sucks as well. I'll show that. And we got a call from Doc Cabral. Doc, how you doing, brother? What's going on with you?
Another beautiful day in paradise in Yuma, Arizona. How about you?
Oh, not bad. I just saw Ronald Jones of the Buccaneers score a touchdown, which puts them at 17-7 with the extra point pending.
Ooh,
So there we go. So the Buccaneers at least aren't going to be shut out today, and they're looking for a comeback here. Let's see if he popped out of bounds. Nope, not there.
Nope.
Not there. Not there.
Nope.
Not there. Not so. Yeah, that's smooth sailing. That's a touchdown for Ronald Jones. Again, so did you have a good Thanksgiving in Arizona? You said, Doc.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Doc, do me a favor. I need a good diet plan for long-term weight loss. Obviously without the sugar. So basically, like what's that diet that everybody was on before that people got real irritable because it was all protein and no carbs?
You mean the California Slim diet?
Well, whichever one it was basically all protein and because I got to get rid of the sugars. And so I got my gastro doctor says I have to lose 30 pounds.
The Atkins diet was one of them. All meats.
Yeah, and pretty much Atkins then.
Yeah, pretty much Atkins, and they have good snacks to go with it too in the store, depending on where you go.
Okay, well then I'll look at that because again I need to lose 30 pounds. Per my doctor.
Oh, okay. Well, just to let you know, sympathy for your team. I heard they had a really rough day today.
Yeah. The Patriots they played who today?
They played the Chargers?
No, they didn't play the Chargers.
What did they play today? I'm trying to think out loud. Oh, God, I watched the game, too. That's so bad about it. No, it'll come back to me. It's okay.
Okay.
But they barely got a win.
Oh, so they won. The Patriots won today.
Yeah. On the kick, on the last kick of the game. They were like within 3 seconds and whoop, kicked it in and barely got in. Thank God.
Okay.
But I think we're definitely not gonna get in the playoffs. When Matt Castle did the 11-5 thing, we still didn't get in the playoff. So it would be real hard for us to even think about a wild card. So I don't think it's going to get in there. We might get above 8-8, maybe get 8-8 if we're lucky. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I don't think the Pats are getting into the playoffs, and again, that's not being mean.
No.
The way the Raiders are playing, they will not get in either.
Yeah. What? I heard a couple of things about Carr. Did he get hurt or
No, he wasn't hurt. He fumbled 4 times. He threw a pick 6. And the Raiders also had a fumble from Jacobs. Actually, Jacobs fumbled twice, and the officials were kind enough to take one of those fumbles back. But Jacobs actually fumbled twice.
Ooh. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, such is life. Again, people were saying playoffs, and I said not until it happens.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like the Patriots. Oh yeah, when Tom Brady was there, it was guaranteed almost. But the people don't see the rest of the game. They only see what they want to see.
Right.
We don't pay it, especially if you go to when I remember the Patriots as a young kid. I remember watching them play and going, "Are we ever going to do anything? Are we ever going to go anywhere?" And I watched for the last 20 years, 20 plus years. They went to almost the AFC Championship almost every year, and that was a gratitude check for me that somebody's actually listening to the players. They'll listen to each other. They were all told, "You're going to win and you're not going to win. That's the way it's going to be." And Tom Brady would need to go with the reins. Don't get mad at me, please. But he took over the reins and he drove the team. He drove them to where they became a good team.
Mm-hmm. Hey,
and now he's trying to
go ahead. Final comment out the door there, Doc.
Okay. So had a little. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, and please don't forget December 11th. Okay. December 11th.
December 11th is that is that Hanukkah?
Yes, it is, sir.
Okay, well, thanks for reminding me. I got my Gentile friends reminding me when Hanukkah is because I sometimes don't remember. So thank you for that as well, there, Doc.
Take care, brother. Have a good week.
All right, thanks again, Doc. You take care. All right, that's Doc Cabral, the Patriots fan, and I see we got some more people that came in. The Bishop, A.J. Brayhew, refs cheated. I don't agree with that. In fact, I mean, what they didn't call things correctly. They didn't call things correctly. Okay. Grounding call and running back leading. Okay, I agree that was a hokey call. Okay, but by definition, he did lead with his crown. The other guy, I saw that. That I will say, they call it on Jacobs, but they don't call it on the other guy. I will admit that. That I will admit. Okay, but they also said that the fumble by Jacobs wasn't a fumble when it was. And you can't tell me that the Raiders didn't go off on that call. But they played horribly. AJ, call in. I want to talk to you personally. Okay, I want to talk to you personally. 813-609-0834. Are we making the playoffs right now? No. Let's see what we got next week. But if you were to ask me right now, are we making the playoffs based on our performance today and who we have left to play? The answer is no. It's no. 813-699-0834. I want to hear from the Bishop. I heard from Jimmy Farrell. I want to hear from the Bishop. Mike Arline, I'd like to hear from you. Valerie, I'd love to hear from you. Mike Gutzler, Mike and Becky, who were talking to me about the keto diet. I got to go talk about the keto diet. Could you imagine the score if Jones and Gurley played? Yeah, my God, they scored 43. they would have scored 60. They would have scored 60. And AJ says no way, no playoffs as well. Let's see. Let's hear from you. 813-699-0834. I'm here. I'm here as long as we have calls. But if there's no calls, I'll get off the phone. Or I should say, I'll get off the broadcast. But we are here at we're on an hour and 7:50. Oh, I think the Jets have a good shot of beating us next week there, AJ. And again, I will have to say this: if you use Super Chat and super stickers, and right now today, Kansas City Rob has 3 entries. Kansas City Rob has 3 entries just today with the one from last week. That's 4. 4 from Kansas City Rob. Thanks, Ed. I appreciate that. Ed was, and if you don't know, I do the broadcasting on the Colorcast app. I gotta talk to my boss on that. Hopefully that went over well. And Becky Gutzler has an entry as well, so I'll have to get with. So yeah, Rob now has 4 entries. Becky has 1. Vicky has 1. Al Safari has 1. He's from Philly. Vanessa has 1. Ed has 1, and Dwayne T has 1. I agree. If you look at the way we've been playing, although the Jets are so god awful, I think we can beat the Jets, but it's not a given. It's not a given. Folks, if you want to call in, please do. We are on like 1 hour and 10 minutes now. No, actually, the Falcons weren't god awful. The Falcons were not god awful. I disagree there. The Falcons, remember, they gave a game away to the Cowboys. They gave a game away to the Lions. So that's 2 more wins they could have had. So instead of being 3-5, they should have been 5-3, minimum. Okay. Or whatever. I know that they were, what were they, 3-6? It's just that they played. They're a better team than what indicates. And good. I'm glad I get a chance to listen to the elder, actually the bishop. I'm gonna get this straight. AJ Brahue, the bishop, Raider Rev, is in the house. How you doing, sir?
Well, I'm not even gonna front about it. I have no words, man. No words.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just quick observations. I want to say when I was looking at the game, and you said you disagree about the ref. It was easy to see that no matter what, you knew once the play was over. And I was looking around. I was watching the game with wife, and I said, "Watch, babe. Let's see how long it takes for the flag to come out after the play was called dead." And all of a sudden, bang! Here comes the flag. It was like they were thinking of something to call on the Raiders. Some of the calls, hands to the face by the offensive line. I saw it. Didn't like it. Once they showed the replay, I said, "Okay." But when I saw Matt Ryan, Crosby, I called the play before it even snapped. I said, come on, Crosby, get that quarterback. He put the pressure on from the left side. Here comes right tackle getting pushed back, and I forget who was putting the pressure, but Matt Ryan had nowhere to go. Okay? He somehow got loose from the tackle from Crosby, and he was getting flustered in the pocket, and he just throws the ball away. And there was no one in the zip code, man. And Ryan was not outside the tackle box. And the ref did nothing. That told me right there. The fix is on. Anyway, anyhow, the ref is going to give Atlanta the advantage. And if you look at the tape, you'll see it. You'll see it. Now, given the Raiders' defense is not all that in a bag of chips that the LA Rams are, we don't have those guys. And Cleveland Farrell didn't play again, but you can't make an excuse. There's Arden Key. There's Crosby. There's this Hankins. Okay, all right. We play with who we have. All right. I think they did fairly well considering. They got a few pressures on the guy. The defensive secondary was Mullins. He had him a pretty good game going. What's the name? Arnett got hurt early twice. I feel bad for him, but we're looking good. Abrams, got a pick. All right, but when you really look at it, it's the offense that didn't show up today. We had 3rd and long. Here we go. It was early on in the first half, and Carr throws behind the line of scrimmage once again. And we didn't get the first down when we really needed it to advance to keep going further down the field.
Mm-hmm.
And Gruden, what's the pitch play? Why that call? I've never seen that. I played high school and college. I've never seen that. And people, let me be realistic. I like what Carr did against Kansas City. Okay, he played almost a flawless game, the one we lost.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I like what he did when they went to Kansas City. But when he does this kind of stuff, a pick six, a fumble, holding on to the ball too long, check down, man, get the ball out. Of course, Atlanta's going to pressure you. You're minus some tackles here. You don't have who you should have on the line, but come on, really? And your best excuse after the game is, well, we didn't practice that hard? Are you serious?
Okay, well,
this is a professional league.
You're up on me in the fact that I didn't see any of the after game press. So if Carr said that, then that's just a stupid thing to say. Because again, yeah. I didn't hear any of the after, because I went on basically right after the game.
Yeah, they're talking this. They're Gruden said it. They beat the brakes off you. You got that right, coach. But where's the onus on you, brother? We both served in the Navy. We couldn't show up on a given day and say, well, I just didn't. I didn't have it. Lives are in our hands. Come on, brother. But they're playing professional football, and we were supposed to beat the brakes off of Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Matt freaking Ryan? Nah. Nope. I can't give him a pass. Not this time, brother. No. And the Jets. We lose to the Jets right here at home.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, I disagree with you when you said that that the Falcons were a horrible team. They're a subpar team, but they don't suck. Okay.
No.
AJ, no. They don't suck.
And they didn't have Julio Jones in there and other guys.
Okay, I get that. They didn't have Gurley and they didn't have Jones, but still.
Man, I just knew we had a smoker's chance at getting that. Just get the W. Now, I'm not a betting man. I was talking to I said, boy, if I was a betting man, I was going to put about $1,000 down on the line today. I'm glad I didn't do it.
Yeah. And see, that's one of the reasons why I don't bet is like, why bet on something that I can't control?
Son of a gun.
Besides, you don't need to bet. You're a minister.
You know what I'm saying. I'm just thinking to myself, they only had them favored by 3, and I said, that's it? Do they know something we don't?
Yeah.
But thank God I didn't make that call, because I'll tell you something, I'd be crying right now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree. I agree. Now, I'm going to go back to what you were talking about, and you said no way, no how on the playoffs, and if they play like they did today, I agree with you. Okay.
I don't think they're going to beat Tennessee with that monster running back and Tannehill and that formidable defense. Okay.
Well, they're not playing Tennessee. They're playing Indy.
No, I know. I'm talking about if the playoffs were somehow tomorrow, next week.
Right. Well, they're out of it. They're out of it already. They don't even
I'm
have.
not confident with them playing Tennessee or who else is out there.
Well, but AJ, they're out of the playoffs right now. Okay, they're not a 7 seed. They're like an 8. I think they're a 10 seed right now.
They're in the hunt.
They're in the hunt.
In the hunt for what?
Right. But they're not in the playoffs. So that's why I said it doesn't matter about that. Now, and I'm going to go back to what you said as well about beating the Jets. Should they beat the Jets? Sure. If they show up. But it all depends upon what happens and what team shows up.
I got to be honest. How many years has Carr been playing? What? 6?
Yeah,
7?
6 years, yeah.
Oh, okay. I've seen enough. I know what he can and can't do. Why'd you guys go get Mariota if he's not going to play?
Well, but Mariota was it was a scratch. Apparently he's not. He's either A, does not know the offense, or B, is sick, or C, both. Okay?
Yeah,
because
there's something wrong.
Yeah, there's something wrong there. But here's the other thing. Okay, the Raiders will be getting a quarterback this next year. I firmly believe that they will be getting a quarterback this next year. Either somebody that's available that springs free, or maybe a draft pick, or maybe both. But the Raiders.
I want Aaron Rodgers even for 2 years. We kicked the tires on him with the talent we got to get us to where we need to go with the coach that we got. Because I'll be honest with you, I'll be balling honest. I'm John Gruden. If we lose next week, I'm considering, guess what, walking away.
Yeah.
I've made enough money. I don't need to do this to myself.
I agree. I agree with you there, boss. And again, why subject yourself to this when it's a piss poor, subpar performance?
Yeah, it's not going. As the old adage, they say the dog's not hunting here.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to figure out is they know what they can get out of Carr, but guess what? It's not enough. He can play regular season a few games. I mean, we beat the dog out of Kansas City up in Kansas City.
Right.
Why are we losing to Atlanta? All right, that doesn't make sense.
Oh, I get it. I get it. And I tell you what, now AJ, out the door. What's your prognostication for next week?
I somehow think that New York is going to come in with their A game.
Oh,
I think
agree.
them and other teams are looking at the tape and saying, you know what, we can beat them. They're a good team, but if you press hard enough, they'll break. And that defense isn't all that.
No.
So, yeah, run up the score. See what we get. I would implore every weapon I have to make that team crack. And Gunther and any other guy, No disrespect, but you got to do something better than that. You got a two-headed monster there. You should be blitzing and disguising schemes and everything else coming. I don't see nobody pressing the gaps. Okay? I'm not seeing that enough.
Yeah, actually, and that's one of the reasons why people are calling for a defensive coordinator. Greg Williams is going to be available this offseason, and he will be the interim coach when they finally fire Gase. But Greg Williams, I think, would be a fantastic. Greg Williams is a great defensive coach, and I would drive up to his house and say, if what do you want to come in here and take over and install a defense that works, that is high pressure, that will work. And again, it's a matter of if John Gruden can work with Greg Williams, and if John Gruden doesn't want to work with Greg Williams, like I said, what happens? What happens there?
Yeah. Something you gotta really throw this on the wall and look at it from a perspective of, okay, we tried this for 6 years. We gave him different coordinators. We've been with Greg Olson, correct me if I'm wrong, 2 years now straight? Okay?
Yeah.
He's familiar with them. We had that other coordinator who I thought would work magic. He went on somewhere else. Where did he go, to Denver or somewhere?
Yeah.
I'm just looking at this and saying, yo, ladders, why you break it if it ain't? Why you trying to fix it if it ain't broke? What are you doing? We have something good, but obviously that's not going to work. That's not going to work. You got Henry Ruggs back there who can burn all night long, and we're only going to him maybe once or twice in a game. That's not, that can't be the plan. Come on, man. We go to war. We've been out there. Come on. We don't send the frigate without the carrier battle group.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. We don't send the rowboat out there unless you really want to win.
Yeah.
You throw everything in the kitchen sink out.
I got you. Hey, AJ, I'm going to let you go, brother, but I appreciate you calling in.
God bless you.
Bless you as well. You take care, and we're in time for the holidays, so blessings to you and yours.
All right now.
All right. Good enough. Goodbye. All right. That's the Bishop, AJ Brayhew. And we are at 6 o'clock. We're about 5 minutes short of an hour and a half. If you want to call and you haven't called already, you got about a minute. If you want to call now, because I'm going to get ready for the second show, and I want to hear from people. I like Greg Williams as a defensive coordinator, but I don't know whether he would come here. Would he come here? And again, I think Greg Williams is going to be, I don't know what his contract status is with the Jets. Somebody. In fact, let's look at that. Winston Moss is available. I mean, Mike Carline wants Winston Moss now. Let's see what Greg Williams' contract status is. Okay. Greg Williams. Okay. Okay, right now, okay, I do have a call. There you go. Hey, Mr. Wombat, I'm glad you got a chance to call in, partner. How you doing?
Yeah, I've been better.
Yeah. Did you go to the game today?
Oh, I went to the game all right.
Oh, okay. Well, I want to, because we have people here. I want to hear from a person that was at the game today about about the game today from somebody who saw it from a bird's eye view. Go ahead, Mr. Wombat. Talk to me.
Well, I won't lie to you. I don't remember too much of it because I was a little bit abbreviated. Inebriated.
I would imagine so, and I think that what is the what's the old expression from like Animal House? My advice to you, sir, is to drink heavily.
Yes.
Yeah. Not that I condone such things because I can't drink not that I was a drinker anyway, but now with my diabetes and my bad liver, I can't drink at all. So I definitely won't have that. So go ahead. You were inebriated. You were abbreviated inebriated. There you go.
Yes. I don't know. It's as crazy as it sounds. Like I kind of expected a loss, but I didn't expect what I saw. Like I didn't expect the final because I've had this feeling and I've had it for a little bit. Maybe others agree. Maybe you might agree. This team has a tendency to play down to their opponents.
Oh yeah.
Their opponent's record.
Yeah.
And I saw it with the Denver game, and I was like, okay. And they played, people, I've seen people, which is, it's fine. I'm not going to take any performances away from teams on the field, but they were like, had all these turnovers against Denver and this, what have you. And I'm like, they didn't play Denver like they should have played Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And then they go out and they leave it all on the field against Chiefs. And then you expect, okay, well, that was a tough loss for these guys, but now it's time to see them bounce back. Not that I didn't write off Atlanta anyway, because Atlanta's had a high-powered offense for years. But for them to just come out and just fall flat, and it's just like, yeah, I kind of expected it, but I didn't expect the final score. But I kind of expected it. I don't know if you put that on the coaching. I mean, because this team was down like two of their offensive starters that. Like Julio Jones and Gurley, and I don't know. I'm quite still at loss.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a shock. It's a shock to have gone out there and to have seen the decimation on the field. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Personally, I think CBS was to blame because they panned the crowd and they showed a bad luck charm during one of the things that they panned the crowd with. So as soon as I saw that, I said, well, we're going to lose the game. Yeah. But it's one of those things. I personally blame CBS on the loss for showing a bad luck charm. But therein lies the thing. It was a total decimation of the fact that the offense and the defense couldn't put together drives. And again, people are blaming it on the officials, but again, the officials were bad, but they were bad both ways. They were bad both ways.
Yeah.
Jacobs should have fumbled. Jacobs did fumble twice. Only one of them counted, and I think both of them should have counted. So basically, the Raiders, we had 6 points today, and they really should only have had 3 because that first field goal, when Jacobs fumbled the ball and they gave it back to the Raiders, that field goal shouldn't have counted. I'm sorry. The Raiders lost by 34 points, and they should have lost by 37. And oh, by the way, the fact that they were down only 6 points to begin and the first quarter, they should have been down 10-14.
Yeah. I don't disagree at all. I mean, you can blame the officials, like you just said, but I'm like, look at the scoreboard. How much you gonna blame these officials? At one point, you gotta put the onus on the focus on the team. They know they needed to come in and win, and they should have known that this Atlanta Falcons, they just weren't going to just roll over. And in my opinion, it's just no. It's inexcusable for this to have happened, but I kind of expected. It's crazy. I kind of expected it. I kind of like this. It will not surprise me if these guys leave with a loss. But I didn't expect a loss like this. That I can say I did not expect it.
Right.
And I don't. I don't agree with some might have felt that the schedule was supposed to get easier. I was like, not with this team. It's not going to get easier. And if they're going to play like this, to be honest with you, like if you're gonna leave it all on the field with a playoff team like the Chiefs, but then you're just going to come out and just lay an egg on the field like this week. I mean, in your opinion, do you really feel like this team really needs to go to the playoffs?
No, I don't. And
Okay.
I mean, I expected an improvement this year, but see, here's the thing though. You have all these people that were talking about, the Raiders are back and this, that, and the other thing, and that you have a guy that I despise like Colin Cowherd that's even singing the praises of the Raiders. But you know that as soon as the Raiders have hit this low point, people like that who are like snakes, they're vindictive and they're slimy. Will say one thing and they will go back to saying, "Well, I knew this wasn't the real Raiders. I knew that this was going to be." I'm waiting. I'm waiting for it because again, Colin Cowherd is going to just turn like a serpent. And again, not that I don't fault him for that, because all these people singing the praises of the Raiders, and then to have us go out and just get blown out by Atlanta. And God forbid if the same thing happens next week and the Raiders go from being, 6-3, before the Kansas City game, and then they're 6-4, and now they're 6-5, and now they would and next week they'd be 6-6. That'd be 3 straight losses.
Well, that's a very good point. If we're looking at like what the focus might be from pundits, I mean, I don't really care for Colin myself. Some things he said or whatnot, I just not the biggest supporter of him. But I guess the term was like Raider it up. I've heard people say, well, this is the part where the Raiders might Raider up. I mean, the season they might Raider it up or whatnot, and they can see the Raiders, because they were praising the Raiders in their loss. I said, "Oh, this team is for real," but then they just go and lose like 2 or 3 straight, and it's like, "Oh, well, here's the Raiders we expected," or "Here's the Raiders," or whatever. So I kind of understand that outlook. And to be honest, I mean, look, if this is how the team wants to respond, if this is how they're going to respond to adversity, then I'm still wear silver and black. It's like, well, then you deserve it. I mean, this is the effort you guys want to put in. Then you guys can take it. Y'all can deal with it. That's the way I look at it, at least. Because I'm still kind of at loss.
Oh yeah. And again, I'm sorry that I wasn't out there because of work regulations, but I'm glad.
I was about to say, yeah.
I'm glad. I mean, I would have spent $500 on, or not five, but okay, I would have gotten like one of my tickets, but I had spent like $250 on a ticket, plus whatever I would have eaten on, and the hotel, and then the gas, and all of those things
just
to
for
go
that,
to,
for that
to
effort?
go, to go there. No way.
Nah,
way.
you should probably buy. You probably get you guys in management an extra Christmas card this year. I think they was looking out for you. They're like, hey.
Yeah.
You really don't want to go to this game.
No.
But yeah, I just, no. It's, I don't know. I'm sure I feel like I'm quite still just flabbergasted, if you will. Another word to use. I don't know. I mean, it didn't surprise me to see them just the way this team is very week to week and not consistent, but just for them to come out and just lose in the manner they did after just seeing the effort they put out last week. It's just like, are you serious? And you guys are talking about playoffs?
Yeah.
You talking about playoffs?
Playoffs? We couldn't score diddly poo, and you're talking about playoffs?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll have to get, for those that I should have it on like quick find, Jim Moore in a playoff, because Again, and that's why I call it the P word. I said, don't talk to me about a P word when it's not deserved. The only P word I want to be talking about that's deserved is another name for a cat. That's about it.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's just this team is whatever. At this point, I mean, I just kind of take it week to week. At this point, it's just like I'm sure you said it, and others have felt the same way. This team. I mean, if they really want to get to the postseason, it's on them. There's no more excuses. I've run out of excuses for them. They know what they need to do, and they have the talent to win. If they choose to win, that's on them. I'm still not a fan of Gunther. I still think he needs to be gone, but this is on them. This is on the team. Period. Yeah. That's all I got.
I agree. Hey, and again, Mr. Wombat, thank you for calling in, partner. It's good hearing from you, and hopefully we'll get together sometime soon, brother.
Absolutely. You enjoy the rest of the evening, or try to enjoy the rest of the evening.
I won't have. At least I won't have a long drive home.
Yes, there is that.
There you go. Hey,
take it easy, man.
Hey, thanks again. Oh, by the way, I know that you've done this in the past. I just got to say, before I go, I want to thank folks like you that give the super chat and the super things like that. As I get those, I put people in for Raider prizes. I know it's near the end, and I'm not looking to get anything from you tonight. I'm just saying, when you do go live and you do give that, you're put in for every $5. You're put in for one drawing for one of these Raider prizes I'm going to be giving away at a later time. But again, I know that you gave me a very large one a while ago. I think it was for tacos, and I had the tacos.
Yes.
So I just haven't gotten it yet because I got to get with YouTube and figure out why the hell ain't I getting my money yet.
Okay. Well, it's no problem. We appreciate the show every week too. And would you get the tacos though?
When I get the tacos, I'll let you know.
All right, cool. All right, good.
All right, hey,
no problem.
You take care, brother, and good hearing from you again. I appreciate you watching.
As well. Same here. All right. Take care.
Be well. That's Mr. Wombat, who is in Georgia. And again, I'm going to we up at an hour 40. And again, I appreciate everybody that called in. I will have a show again tonight. So if you missed it this time, I will have another show. So don't be surprised if you see the buzzer go off again. I'm doing my other show, but we'll talk about it again. I want to thank all those that called in today. Let me see. We heard from Ken Thompson, and that was on my phone. We heard from Jared. We heard from Crazy Cooter. We heard from James Farrell. We heard from I'm brain farting. Mr. Wombat. We heard from a bunch of different people. So again, I can't. Rob called twice because he was talking about his Chiefs again. So we heard from a bunch of different people, and so yeah, that's a Chiefs fan, a Vikings fan, and a Steelers fan. So we hear from everybody, and again, we appreciate everybody that's in here. It's good hearing from you, and thank you for being here. Again, when I get out more of the word about what that divvy is for the super chat and the super sticker thing, again, every $5, actually $4.99. There's one that's $4.99. For every $4.99 and above, you get an entry. And I think people are still here. Still here. Yeah, we got 6 people here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for any thumbs up that you can give me, and thanks for the super chats and whatnot as well. Remember, you do a super chat of $4.99 and up. For every one you get, for every one that you give, I should say, you get an entry. So you get like a $10 entry. That's two entries. I got to get with YouTube to find out where the hell why it hasn't gone in my bank account yet. But hey, we'll take care of that. Thank you for being here. We will be here tonight about 10 o'clock, and so we'll do another show there. thank you for being here, and appreciate you being here. We'll take care. We'll see you up next time. It's always good hearing from you. This is Ask Captain Cat on YouTube.